how to make money from home side hustle. Side hustle's a rage in a lot of circles right now, right? Used to be called a side business, now it's probably a side hustle. So first of all, congratulations for being energetic and hopeful and looking to start your own business. This is Attorney Bob Diamond. Let me share with you some of the best side hustles for today and how to think about a side hustle. Number one way to think about a side hustle is think about yourself. Are you really dedicated to doing something, to making some money? Because I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years now, and I will tell you that one of the things I don't do is I don't watch TV, I don't spend a lot of time on social media, I don't spend a lot of time wasting time. Instead, I focus my efforts on productive things. And if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, which includes with your side hustle, you got to focus. So think about yourself. Are you really motivated and really willing to do this? If you are, then you can be successful. If you're not, just admit it now and just don't bother, because it's just not worth your time and effort and you'll just be disappointed. But if you are, then stay with me because I'm going to show you some of the best side hustles for today. So number one side hustle is all these internet related businesses that are so wonderful. You can sell things on the internet, and there are things, for example, like MaxWeb, which is a platform where you have things that you can promote to both your inner circle, and as you expand your business to the greater world worldwide, you can just sell things that are supplied by MaxWeb, serviced by the person that created it, and all you have to do is find the buyer, connect the buyer to the seller, and then you get paid a nice commission and don't have to do anything further, which is really wonderful. Then another place called ClickBank that does the same thing as MaxWeb. Again, they have many offers. It can be anything from self-improvement programs to weight loss supplements to exercise regimens, relationship advice, this whole wide range of things. So no matter what you're interested in, you could probably find it on ClickBank or MaxWeb. And there's some great courses out there that will show you how to figure out what to promote, how to advertise it, and they're really wonderful. I think that's a great base-at-home business because once you get it set up and running, you really don't have to do a lot. You can just kind of tweak your advertising programs and periodically refresh them, but you can be making money from the side where you're not selling your time for money. Instead, you're developing some expertise, you're developing something, an asset that can continue making money for you, and that does really well. There are other things that you can do like print on demand. There's a nice lady named Rachel Raffay who has a really great program that teaches you how to make things like mugs and t-shirts and hats and things like that with catchy slogans on them and then sell them. And she even has a service where they actually supply the physical goods. So again, you're just doing the advertising and getting paid for that. I think it's really good. And that's also done with something called drop shipping, where you don't even have to warehouse this stuff. You just deliver the buyer's information. Often those things are made on demand, like the t-shirt is just printed when it's needed and they box it and send it out. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to the post office. You just have to forward the order and they take care of it from there. So I really like that as a sort of little side hustle. I don't necessarily like side hustles where you're trading your time for money. I know lots of people do this, so you can hopefully resist from flaming me too much. I think things like Uber are just a lot of time. And I think that if you're going to develop something, I would develop something where as time goes by in your business, your time requirement goes down. And if you're doing something where you're doing the service, like you're driving the Uber, that can never scale up because you're always limited by your hours. So what I would say is, as much as Uber can be very attractive because it's just, hey, you do something for a couple hours, you make your money, simple, it's done. That's great, but where's the future in it? That's my question. Where's the future? Wouldn't you rather spend your time figuring out like ClickBank or Rachel Raffay's program or MaxWeb and then have assets out there that are selling things for you all the time so that when you wake up in the morning, you might be like, hey, I just made $30 while I slept. It was awesome. Or maybe, after you've really developed a big thing, I just made $1,000 while I slept. It was amazing. You can't do that with something where you're actually providing the service. So that's my view. If you want to do Uber for a little bit, it's great, but don't make that your long-term thing. I think it's the wrong choice. Another thing a lot of people are doing, very, very simple to start up, is working on platforms that allow you to do remote work for people. That work could be bookkeeping, accounting, research, web programming, writing, recording videos for people, doing voiceovers. There's like 1,000 different categories of thing that you can do. An example of one of those platforms is Fiverr. Another one is Upwork. On those platforms, you can register as a provider, you can tell them what your skills are, and then you can put your work out for bid. And sometimes it's simple, like on Fiverr, it initially started as things that people do for $5. Now people do things for a lot more money than that. But it may be something as simple as, convert this PDF into a Word document, or create a spreadsheet for me. Again, create a voiceover, draw a picture. It's an incredible number of categories. And if you just go look at Fiverr or Upwork, you'll see them. But it's very simple. You agree to take on a task, you finish the task, when you do, the platform pays you. You don't have to bill people separately, you don't have to worry about whether they're going to pay you or not. The platform keeps it really, really simple. And you can make some side money on it. That's not something where, generally you'd build a big business out of it, but you're just looking for a side hustle to make some extra money. I think Fiverr and Upwork are a perfectly good choice. The only thing I don't care for, similar to my comments about Uber, you're the one doing the work. So you do run into a scalability problem over time, but you will find with things like Fiverr and Upwork, a lot of people will go on there, they'll offer their services, they'll make some money, and then they find a permanent employer that way, because you find someone you like working with that likes your work, you can do the work, it's a good fit for you. And often that's an entree into a full-time position. But I would say that Fiverr and Upwork are not the entree into building your own side business. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video about the side business that I built. But if you just want something to pick up some extra money on the side, I think they're perfectly fine things. There's really no risk in it. It doesn't cost money. And you do some work, you make some money, and it's good for a little side hustle. I do a business that I guess some people work it as a side business or a side hustle. It's called Overages. What my business is we find people who are owed lots of money because their house was foreclosed, but it sold for a lot more than the money they owed. That extra money is available for them if they put in a claim for it. And what we do is we get lists of those monies available to claim. We get the contact information for the person. We reach out to them and say, hey, would you be interested in claiming this money that we found that with your name on it? When they say yes, we go ahead and get the money, and we get a percentage of what we receive. And people out there are owed thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars, and we get it for them. It's very rewarding because we're helping people that otherwise just don't have anything. They've lost everything and they're just depressed and feeling terrible about themselves. We provide access to money they never had before, and we get paid really well for it. I think it's a great side hustle. Doesn't cost much to start. It's pretty easy to learn, and it can get started pretty quickly. So if you want to know more about that, I have an easy resource for you. You can, on the upper left hand above my shoulder, there should be a link to the intro to the Overages business video. You can click on that. If you don't see the link, it just means your browser doesn't support it. Then just look down below the video and you'll see the link to the video down there. I love the Overages business. I think it's great. And I think if you're looking for a good side hustle, it is a really good choice. So go check out that video, and I'll see you over there. This is attorney and investor Bob Diamond. I'll see you in the intro to the Overages video.